So it's my first speech, and I titled it Creating Self to Find Self. Okay, respected toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. The Turks from Azerbaijan, they cannot pronounce K, they just say Ch. So they say, they pronounce Pakistan as Pakistan. And I have a teacher when I was a 5th grader, and he was a Turk from Azerbaijan. So most of the students, when they were taking his class, they were listening very attentively to his lectures. Not because they were interested in his lectures, but because they were interested in to listen, to find the words Che. So after the class, they were talking about each other. They were repeating the same words, and they just making fun of the teacher. But I like the teacher, not because he couldn't pronounce K, he was saying Che, but because he had a world perspective that changed my life. So one day I was sitting in the class and was sketching. My sketch was not good because it was either caricature or it should be just like too abstract. It was too abstract. So I was always hiding my sketches. One day I was making a sketch, then somebody came from behind of my shoulder and he told me, "What are you creating, Khuda?" So this word of creating changed me because it was from my teacher, and I inspired by this word. So these words were always echoing into my mind, and I was no more the same person. So I was always trying to recreate everything, to change everything that's around me. So I found a few more like-minded individuals to be friends with them. And we were doing strange things, like we were going to mountains to mine gypsum and bringing them to make clays and to make models out of the clays. We were melting plastics, we were melting aluminum, we made a furnace. So we were going to bazaars and buying spare parts and doing models. So we were creating everything to try to recreate whatever we see. And also we were interested to know everything, every ideas that were existing, to rebel against them. So we were always in debate, and we were always in hot debate. I remember one day we were in university and we were debating the theory of relativity of Einstein. And we were so loud in our debates that we didn't notice that we are just disturbing other people's conversation. So one of the students came to us and he put both of his palms just like and told us, please let theory of relativity survive one more day. Don't kill it today. So we laughed and we finished our debate. So it was how we were trying to recreate everything. So we compiled books on everything from rocket science to making models to philosophy, everything. So we have diversity of the books. But by passing times, we realized that it's not an easy matter to change everything that we see, to recreate everything. So we escaped from our previous struggles. And the people who we really were inspired from, I just compiled a few names, I just wrote a few names. Maybe people don't like those personalities, but we like them because they were rebellious, just like us. They were like Genghis Khan, Lenin, Mao, Socrates, Dr. Iqbal, Mir Damad, Enrico Fermi, Robert Oppenheimer, Adolf Hitler, Mussolini, Lincoln, Henry Ford, Michael Faraday, Charles Darwin. We like these personalities, not because of their impacts on the world, but because they were rebellious and they were living just we wish to live. So after finding that it's not easy to change the world, I shift my interest from making models to working with ideas. So I tried to create my own philosophy. So this was a divergence between me and my friends because we were no more like-minded person. So we also chose, I also chose a subject different from my friends. I chose geology and I became a lecturer of geology. And later on, I also again changed my subject into paleobiology, and I'm here to follow the paleobiology. So I didn't mention about my country. I didn't mention about my family because it's 6 months that I'm away from them, and I don't want to mention them to remember them because it's an emotional attachment. So I didn't mention it to them. But in the whole my life, I inspired from few persons, really, I inspired from them. I inspired from Socrates by his commitment to truth. I inspired by the commitment of Genghis Khan to his people. I inspired by commitment of Einstein to his imaginations. And I inspired by commitment of Charles Darwin to nature. Thank you.
You can write some comments on these tonight.
Okay,
Yeah. Take a minute.
Sure.
Have people write their comments on that.
Everybody else?